What is it, y'all? It's your boy Nick, and I don't know what this video is gonna be called. Hold on, gotta fix the camera real quick. There we go. Oh, I don't like that angle though. Hold on. I don't know what this video gonna be about. I'm gonna be honest with you. So I just got through watching the Black Clover movie. Now, if y'all seen my other reactions and stuff, y'all seen that I reacted to the trailer, both of them, and you know, I don't know, man. I don't know. There's some things I want to say. There's some things that I want to say. It's not nothing sad or anything. I don't know. I'm just tired. I'm like, y'all probably like, bro, why is he so depressed? I'm not depressed. I'm just really tired, for I ain't gonna lie to you. But I wanted to make this video because it's like, low key, I'm gonna be honest with you. The movie was, I don't know how to feel about the movie. Now, for those who know, or do know, y'all do know at this point, bro, we've been waiting for almost 2 years. 2 years for anything Black Clover related. Now, I know a lot of y'all, you know, it's a trending topic. Black Clover mid, Black Clover boo-boo, garbage, mid Clover, trash, you know, all the above. You know what I mean? I understand, look. And, you know, for those who like it, everybody, they receive the opposite. It's just for any anime or any media period, you know what I mean? There's always gonna be the good and the evil type shit. So, with that being said, me personally, I'm only speaking for myself. I came into this movie expecting it not really to blow my socks off, but to be a great return to Black Clover. You know what I mean? Somehow, like how when Bleach, watching the first episode of Bleach gave me them chills. Like, I'm like, ah, yes, Bleach is back. You know what I mean? And it's like, I wanted that same feeling. And on top of that, we get the movie. You know what I mean? We get a movie quality version of Black Clover. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm just gonna explain how I feel. So I'm gonna try my best not to spoil it, because I'm gonna be honest with you, there's a lot of high points. And there was a lot of okay points. I don't think there was really no necessarily low points for real, in my opinion, in the movie. I think overall, I think the movie was a very solid movie. It was a very solid movie. Now, I don't know if this movie is technically canon or not. And you'll see why when I talk about it a little bit later. But I don't know. I think technically this movie was supposed to be canon, and if it was, it felt kind of weird. It felt kind of weird because there was a lot of things that is not lining up with the movie aspect. But I digress from that. I'm watching the movie, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, you know what I mean? Overall, I think the movie was a good movie. I think I don't even say good. It was a very good movie, but it wasn't a great movie. It wasn't like, you know, it wasn't like a 9. Like, I'm not expecting Black Clover to be like a 10 or anything, obviously, but I was at least expecting it to be like, yeah, this is what we waited 2 years for. You know what I mean? Now, granted, I just recently finished watching Black Mirror season 6, and I'm gonna be honest. Like, I know this is now about Black Mirror, but for some reason, all the Black episodes are doing horrible, or not horrible. They're not hitting really like how they're supposed to be. But I don't know. Black Mirror was just not. It wasn't hidden, bro. It wasn't hidden for me personally. Like I usually do. And the same thing, I felt the same thing here. I don't know if it was because this is on Netflix. I don't know, bro. But basically, you know, my overall takeaway from this movie is that, you know, it was a solid movie, but it just didn't really give me that I want to rave about it type-ish. You know what I mean? I want to be like, I feel like everybody should be seeing this type of movie. It's not one of those things. Basically, how I rated this movie is basically, visually, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think visually, it was probably the closest to a 10 and 9. And this is coming from people, you know, people obviously saying that they didn't like Black Clover's animation and art style or whatever, which is kind of crazy because I've been saying that if you really go back to watch those episodes where they be killing it with the animation and art style, it was probably some of the top tier best animation and art style I've ever seen, in my opinion. And I'm not even trying to deride it. If you really go back and go watch a lot of those episodes, especially the later episodes, that they did towards the end before they ended the Black Clover, them the animation was amazing. I don't know what people, maybe I don't know what good is, but you know what I'm saying? For what people were saying, I think they were just broadly hating, bro. But animation wise, art style wise, I dang near want to give it a 10, but I'm gonna say a 9 because like they had maybe 1 or 2 scenes that was just like literally the smudges of like wonkiness. But other than that, you know what I mean, everything was the lights, the effects, everything was that's what I'm happy about. I'm glad they at least they did that, bro. We waited for 2 years. They delivered on the animation art style. But as far as the story goes, that's where I really have more of the problem with it because without trying to spoil too much, if you don't know, the synopsis is basically this is literally at the beginning, so I'm trying my best not to spoil, but basically if you've seen the trailers, y'all know that the guy on the trailer is a past wizard king and yada yada yada. The story is about basically, you know, him, you know, typical revenge story. Y'all know, nothing too special. And I'm not expecting Black Clover to do anything top notch story wise. Like, let's be honest, at this point it's a shonen anime. You know what I mean? If you're expecting like the story to be like, you know, like on some monster level or like berserk level, stop, bro. You know what I mean? Like y'all gotta stop with the you know what I mean? It's a shonen anime, bro. You gotta it's on this, if we talk about equivalence, it's on the same length of like, you know, like Ed and Eddie and stuff like that. I'm not saying that, you know, the storytelling is like, you know what I mean? Yeah, I know what I mean though. It's like, you know what I mean? It's meant for like boys and teenagers. You know what I mean? So like, don't be trying to think about it, Black Clover being on some intricate stuff. But as far as this actual like whole story goes, the movie pacing wise felt kind of like TikTok-ish. I don't know how to else put it, bro. The movie felt like very TikTok-ish, which I'm not necessarily too mad about. And when I mean TikTok-ish is that everything was just very like action, which, hey, I ain't mad with it. But a lot, it kind of like did not give like the lower moments of like what movies are meant to do, is like to highlight the whole aspect of the movie where you have your very high highs and your very low lows. It didn't really have that impact of like highlighting enough of the low points of the movie. I guess, you know, the struggle part, you know, obviously, you know, Asta and them struggling is type ish. I don't know. It's just it's little tiny things, but like basically, like I would say the fights in the movie, for the most part, I enjoyed it. That's all mostly due to the animation and art style. The fights, I enjoyed it. Clearly, you know, the beginning is them basically they're boxing like literally no cap in the first 10 minutes of the show or of the movie. You know what I'm saying? And we were supposed to be getting an Asta versus Yuno fight. Obviously, you know, that wasn't gonna happen, obviously, but you know what I'm saying? Teased a little bit about the Asta versus Yuno little thing type ish, and then all of a sudden, you know, bam, the actual movie starts. Now, as far as the continuity of this movie, that's where it's another like big red flag for me, and why this movie is not really like why I had to score it a little bit lower, because for some reason this movie just didn't make sense into where it was. Like it almost felt like it wasn't supposed to be canonical to the actual like main story, but then yet again it had aspects of the main story. Now, people that do know of the last episode of where Black Clover left off, I believe is where Asta and Lieb did the whole joint thing together, where we're basically, I think if the last episode of Black Clover, and Black Clover's been out for like, you know what I mean, for a while, so I could say this, not really spoilers for real, but the Black Clover, but I'll put spoilers regardless. I'll say spoilers, my bad, spoilers, blah, blah, blah. I already said it, but spoilers, I guess, non-spoilers, but the last episode of Black Clover, if I'm not mistaken correctly, Lieb and Asta both were they were training with Noct, and I believe they left off right before second part of where they fight the Triad again. In the manga, this has been almost 2 years at this point of where that was at now compared to where the manga's at now. But in the anime, I think they left off, that's where they left off, is where basically they're getting the training from Noct and all that other stuff. But the movie kind of felt kind of weird because it's like you can't really pinpoint where it fits time wise, because like in the movie, Asta, if this was supposed to be at the end of the movie, right, or end of the original Black Clover airing, then Asta should have lost an arm, and in this movie he has both of his arms type ish, and it didn't make no sense. And obviously it felt like him and Lieb weren't really like he wasn't aware that Lieb was a part of him, so it felt kind of weird. But at the same time, they also had transformations in there that happened literally around the same time Lieb and Asta met, specifically transformations for certain characters. If y'all know type ish. So like, I don't know, it felt kind of weird to me. Like it felt like it was all, I don't know, the timing was messed up. Cause we don't know what's going on for real. Like I'm confused. They have, I don't know. And they're missing some other characters for the most part. But I don't know. I think that's what kind of threw me off a little bit, in the fact that the pacing was like a little bit not. I did say it was a little bit fast, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Like it was fast, but it's still not. It wasn't terrible for Black Clover. It was, you know what I mean. It's what is expected though. But like, I don't know, man. For a movie that we've been waiting for 2 years for, I feel like they could have done a lot more with it, if that makes any sense. I feel like they could have done a lot more. Like I said, the fights were amazing. I will say that, as far as like the fights choreographed, the camera movement. Now, I'm not even gonna lie to you, in this movie was on par. I'm talking about it. The camera movement. I know people like, why this man talking about the camera movement? Bro, but the camera movement was crazy. The camera movement in this movie was crazy. I'm not even gonna lie to you. The animation, the art style was cool as well. It felt like they turned up the saturation a little bit. You know what I mean? I know they usually, do that for most movies, depending on what type of movies are, especially anime movies. For some reason, they like to turn up the saturation and the quality of most anime movies up a little bit. Like, I don't know why they do that, but like, it definitely felt like the saturation or something was definitely turned up on the movie. But that's a little minor little thing though. It wasn't an eyesore, but the animation and the animation itself in the movie was amazing. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like I said, the animation in the movie was really fire. The camera worked, the cinematographer worked, all that stuff, all the flashy lights and all that stuff is definitely in there. Like it was great. It was great seeing all the captains for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like a lot of these, I feel like the movie should have been a little bit longer than what it was. I think the movie is only an hour and 42 minutes. I feel like this could have easily been like a 2-hour long movie. I feel like a lot of the things that was in this movie, they kind of cut out for time purposes, which I feel like they should expand upon it a little bit more, especially the fights between the other the captains and obviously the Black Bulls and going against the the Wizard King or past Wizard Kings. Like, obviously y'all know that that's the main story. They made the story. They were fighting the other Wizard Kings. You know what I'm saying? Like, simple as that. They're fighting other Wizard Kings. But I feel like they should have. I personally feel like they should have like made those battles make a little bit more sense, because like they kept on cutting away from the battles, and the battles themselves was fire. The battles themselves were fire, but I felt like they didn't get enough time to really like, like how most like anime movies or shows do, where when the main character has to go fight the main villain and all the side characters have to go fight like their lackeys or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, usually in most movies they develop all the we have a totality in all those fights before the main boss is about to be fighting the main protagonist of the story. This one it was like, yeah, we got the fights, you know what I mean, against the I don't want to call them lackeys, because they were also Wizard Kings themselves, because they was boxing. I'm not even gonna lie to you. They made them boys struggle, but basically and I'm gonna use it in this case, the lackeys. You know what I'm saying? Like, they basically each fight each fight from each zone, it didn't feel like a good conclusion. You know what I mean? Especially towards the end where they just kept on cutting away from Asta against the Wizard King, the 27th Wizard King and whatever. They kept on, you know what I mean, back and forth type ish. And all, you know, I just personally, I feel like they could have made those fights a little bit longer with a conclusion. I don't feel like they should just, you know, automatically cut away. I feel like the only one that we got a conclusion one was with the Black Bulls going against one of the Wizard Kings. But even then it was like, you know, it was one of those, even though we can't defeat you, we defeat you with the power of friendship type ish. I didn't really like that personally. Whatever. Now I will say though, Lady Melonia and old girl who was boxing the other Wizard King, the Wizard Queen in this case, you know what I mean? I'm mad that they kept on cutting away from that fight. I think that one and the one where and you know in the other Wizard King, I think those two fights should have had a conclusion somewhat, shape or form. You know what I mean? Like I feel like they kind of cut away a little bit too soon from both of those. Now I do have another gripe, and it's coming from basically me complaining about Yami. Now I know Black Clover did not get to this part yet, so I'm not going to spoil this, but it's like I don't know what it is about them wanting to keep on trying to nerf Yami or whatever. And you know, obviously we know the more popular wizard magic knights, you know, they get the shine that they get, but everybody knows that everybody loves Yami. And it's just like, for some reason, y'all just love to like play with this man for some reason. I don't know what it is, but it's like Yami, let's be honest, he is one of the best characters and he's one of the most popular characters. And yet y'all still got this man on his knees. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? I get that y'all have to nerf some of the characters to make do for other characters to shine. But like, to be honest with you, they didn't need to do what they did to Nozel and Yami and whatchamacallit, I forgot, Flagoleon, to nerf them they're going against Wizard Kings. Like, honestly, let's be honest, like, they're Wizard Kings for a reason. Like, let's be honest. Like, to be fair, was I expecting them to beat Wizard Kings? No. You know what I'm saying? Am I expecting them to beat Wizard Kings? No. But should they at least be able to somewhat do some type of damage type-ish? Yes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? But not on no power of friendship type-ish. Not saying that they did that, but I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Like, I felt like, you know, I don't feel like you need to nerf certain characters to highlight other characters, and especially for the level of the category of the villain that they're fighting. You know what I'm saying? If you're going against Wizard Kings, I don't think that nerfing three Magic Knight captains just so one character, which I do love, which is, you know, to shine a little bit more, you don't need to do that. You could have had them not nerf and literally still have the same result, but it would have made more sense. You know what I mean? And that's just a little small complaint, but like, you know, there's a lot of these, like, you know, things that just didn't add up in the movie, like continuity wise. So that's why it's like, for me, it's kind of hard to really think if this movie is really canon or not, because a lot of the events that happened in here just didn't make any sense. They just didn't make any sense. I don't understand why certain things happen for certain reasons. I don't understand why. I'm actually going to spoil something real quick, just real quick. So I'm gonna give you like 3 minutes, like not 3 minutes. I'm gonna give you like 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, spoilers. I'm spoiling right now. For some reason, I still don't understand why the hell. And this is what my thing is with when it comes to these bosses and stuff. I get that, you know, the Wizard King was able, like the Julius was only able to seal, right, this Wizard King. I don't like when stories don't make sense when it comes to a point where if a Wizard King, so it's like Julius and the Magic Knights couldn't seal them away, but you have Asta with his anti-magic and the power of friendship, basically, when it comes to the sword, the whole thing that the movie's based on. And he comes in with this sword and he's able to do all this damage. It's like, bro, and it's like, I don't know. Forget that I said that. I might cut that out. But like, I just don't understand. Like, I get why they do certain things, but it's like, I don't understand how the hell they have this strong ability, magical tool, and then they're just like, you know what, we're just gonna erase. I mean, I get why they erased it, because you know it is what it is, but at the same time, it's like, bro, why even have him be able to use it if y'all just gonna break it anyway, type ish. And I get that because like, if you really think about it, he wouldn't even be able to use it after this fight anyway, because it needs magical that's besides the point though. Whatever. Anyway, look, I'm done with the spoilers. Look, so overall, I think the movie was okay. I'm just ranting at this point. I think the movie was okay. I think it was not even okay. It was good. It was good. It just, I feel like they could have done a lot more. I feel like the movie unironically should have been a little bit longer, so they could fully fleshed out stuff. Because like, let's be honest, if this is gonna be one of the last things that we get for Black Clover, I would hate for it to be this movie. I'm just being honest. Like, I would hate for this to be this movie, because I don't feel like this is a good way to end the Black Clover anime series. I feel like if this is the last thing that we're getting, I wanted this movie to do good so we can get more Black Clover anime with this, like, seasonal, obviously, not continuation. I definitely want more Black Clover anime. I do want Black Clover anime, at least to where we at right now in the manga. If you know where we at in the manga right now, I feel like it would be we need this seasonal Black Clover, you know what I mean? Hopefully this movie does well enough to where they can see that, you know, we need it. I hope, you know, this video doesn't come off across of me being like Black Clover's trash, you know what I mean, or anything. It's just like, I love Black Clover and I want to see it succeed because it's a cool anime, you know what I mean? It's nothing special, but you know what I mean, I don't feel like they should get hoed, you know what I mean? I don't feel like they got what they deserve with them canceling and all this other stuff. It's a great series. I feel like it deserves to at least get to be able to finish, and obviously I feel like they should like continue the anime, in my opinion, until the end of the manga, you know what I mean? I don't want this to be the last thing that Black Clover is known for and then people just trash the movie, because I don't think it's a trash movie. I think it's a good movie, but I don't think it's a great movie. For the movie to come back in this way, I don't think this was it. You know what I mean? Hopefully they got something else in the pipeline. I will love another Black Clover movie, just done way better. Like, cause give me the same movie, just a little bit longer and things more fleshed out. Cause like, that's the one thing with Black Clover that I have a problem with Black Clover, is that they just don't really be fleshing out everything. They just be like, they'll get to a certain point where it's like getting great and then just cut to something else, and it's just like they don't ever come back to revisit it. And then it's like all of a sudden we come back to it and then it's like, oh, it's done now. You know what I mean? Asta got the big win, like, you know what I mean, type ish. I don't like, please let everybody else, like, you know, get their rocks off. You know what I mean? That's all I want. That's all I want to say. But look, I hope, this is me rambling at this point. I'm just rambling. Hope y'all enjoyed though. I didn't expect the video to be this long, but hope y'all enjoyed it. I just telling y'all how I feel. The movie, like I said, the movie was good. It just, you know, needs just a little bit more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a well-cooked steak, just needs some seasoning. That's all it needs, bro. That's all it needs. The animation was fire though. I will say though, if I gotta give it praise, give me that animation in the regular anime, in the movie. Like that thing with, you know what I'm saying? Give me the regular anime. Give me that animation that y'all gave in the movie in the show. And I know y'all could do that because y'all do it for Bleach. So give me the same animation art style that y'all did in here, and give me more Lady Melonia fighting. You know what I'm saying? I need to see her fight. You know what I mean? I need a conclusion to her in that Wizard King. I need that, because that was probably one of that best. That was probably the highlight of the movie for me personally. That was probably the highlight, because they was boxing. I love seeing two beautiful women busted, fighting, boxing. That's, you know what I mean? Got me going crazy. All right, I'm out of here, bro. But look, I hope y'all enjoy. Come through on the Twitch. You know what I mean? I'm gonna start. I want to do more of these videos where I'm just rambling and talking about anime and stuff. Cause you know I just like doing this, bro. But yeah, come through on the Twitch. We're currently watching Avatar. So I might have a video on Avatar coming out pretty soon, and my thoughts on Avatar. We just got done with the first season, so second season we're watching this Saturday. I don't know when this video is gonna come up, but you know, come through on the Twitch anyway, though. You know what I mean? We'll be watching Avatar on there, and you know, I'll give my thoughts on Avatar. This is my first time watching Avatar at all, so you know what I mean? Like, you know, it is what it is. But other than that, I love y'all. I'm Matt DB. Black Clover, are we back? Black Clover, we back? Hopefully so. I'm gone!